What is up? Welcome to Weebs Guild. We're back doing another My Hero Academia chapter review. Chapter 315 is titled Cover Ups. And Jose, before anything is said, I just gotta say, called it. Called it, called it, called it, and called it. Okay? Remember I asked you a few chapters ago when we first find out that Lady Nagant gets a second quirk, okay? And I was like, Jose, would you take a second quirk from All for One? You know?
Hell no.
And we were talking about we would be too scared he would put something else inside of you at the same time, because that just seems the obvious thing to do. And what happens this one? What happens this one? He puts something else inside of Lady Nagant.
Oh, just like how?
Well, it's just he's been shown to do that shit before. You know, it's like he fucks with people. He does all kinds of weird shit, and you just see it coming from a mile away. I am a little upset that she kind of got like, she
Blown
was
up.
almost like, she's almost like a secondary, muscular. Whereas like, oh, Deku's super
Yeah.
good. Like, look how good Deku
Yeah.
is.
She was super cool. They did like make her look all that badass and everything. But it's just like at the end, that's just like why?
I did like, so it was like, I was going back and forth in this chapter. First of all,
Mhm,
chapter
mhm.
as a whole was fire.
Yes, fantastic.
I love that Chisaki is not just fully completely broken. Like we get to see
he's
him in the
still-
beginning is still fully, not fully, maybe I would say he's partially, because he still is there. He recognizes Deku. He just wants to see the boss. It seems like he wants to apologize pretty much to the boss for like fucking
I
everything
think
up.
that's exactly what it was. Where like he's not really happy to see Deku because he's like he ruined everything for him. But at the same time, it's like I have to talk to the boss. I have to be the man.
Yeah. So I think that is that. And then we see, Deku is just insanely good. Like he's just popping off quirk after quirk after quirk, and he does
I like
pseudo
that
100%.
Yeah, that exactly where he goes with the
So
Manchester
good.
Smash.
So good. And then I liked even, which I feel like this is normally something I wouldn't like, I liked that Lady Nagant was like, wow, he is the guy. Like that, like Deku is the guy. Like he's actually like the hero.
I like the part where he's like, if you were truly an asshole or a villain, you would shoot right through me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh.
Yeah, because it's all good points. It's all really good points. Because I think about that all the time, where it's like you see these people and they decide to like toy with their prey for some reason. When it's like she's a trained sniper who could have insta killed Deku,
Yeah, is easily.
and it just like it doesn't make any sense. And I like that to the point even where it's like, yo, I wouldn't have been able to make Chisaki's save if he wasn't off by a little bit. And so it's like she's giving all this like internal monologue to herself where it's like, oh, I'm gonna make him have to think for just a second, and then she ends up doing that to herself, where like she kind of second guesses herself and causes herself to lose. And I was happy when Nagant was like, oh, okay, maybe I will join Deku, because I was like, yeah, let's go. But
okay, we got Eri. Don't worry. That's a secret weapon.
I am hopeful that she is not going to be just dead because Hawk shows up.
Oh, I know, but
Yeah.
I mean, it would make sense if it progresses this way for Deku to see someone fall in action, kind of thing.
Yeah, it would kind of like, but I feel like we did come off of a really big, like a lot of people got defeated, so I do think there's a chance for Lady Nagant. And I don't know how popular, because I feel like the Japanese fan base obviously affects quite a lot of what happens, like if we're just all
so.
manga in whole. So I wonder how popular the Lady Nagant is over in Japan, because I know the U.S. people we simping,
We love her.
hard. So I'm interested to know, because if it's a popular character, it ain't going anywhere,
Yeah, exactly.
So I would say if I was a betting man, I would bet she's still alive. And I do hope she teams up with Deku and just becomes a fucking badass.
I think she is. I don't know how much help she'll be in the upcoming, a bit of arc that we have currently going on. But I think in the end, she's gonna come back and help Deku out.
But I love even like what
at
Deku.
least I'd hope so.
I love what Deku was like, basically like proposing to her on the spot. He's like, yo, you know all the dark spots, like fucking help me out with like all the really dark shit.
Yup.
It's like, I love that. Like Deku like admitted like, hey, I know you've been fucked, you've seen all the shitty parts of it, like lead
she knows
me.
the underbelly.
Like lead
show
me
us
through that. It's like, let's do it. And I'm
and then
like,
Hawk's
that's
coming
awesome.
in to save her, and I was just like, oh,
Like
Hawks.
I like this fight has been so good, so good. The back and forth, the strategy parts of it, the fact that we can see Chisaki's not completely broken. Deku is able to do 45. Was it 45%? Just
he went to 45 regular, and then he went to pseudo 100 by like. Oh, can we talk about his powers? He like stores up kinetic energy, and I'm like, what?
Crazy. And it's just he's absolutely
He's
wild now,
absolutely broken.
which is sweet. I like it. I like it a lot.
he's broken in the sense that he's still learning everything, and I
Mhm.
love that because he's kind of putting stuff together, and he's not an All Might where he's just like, oh, I can
Mhm.
do everything right now. He's more of like, okay, I gotta learn how to do this, I gotta learn how to do this, and piece it together and be a good hero.
Yeah, yeah, and it's like he can only get better, you know? It's like
Yeah,
he's only
exactly.
going to get better. And it's just like now I feel like he's going to be even more mad at All For One, you know? It's like he's all right, that guy's a fucking piece of shit. And just like really go in on it cuz like even I don't know if I would imagine Deku can hear the stuff that the All For One is saying, I
I'm
imagine.
pretty sure he heard it,
Like
right?
even to the part where it's like, you know, he's calling her like, "Oh, you spent your whole life and you were only a tool used for others." And like as she's falling, dying, having exploded, and it's like,
Dude, I was like,
"Ooh."
ooh,
Yeah, it's like
fuck.
fucking hell. You don't like to see
That
that.
was rough. I saw it and I gasped so hard. I was
Yeah.
like,
Dude, it was so good. So good. And like I
but
love Lady Nagant, you know,
yeah,
I'm sleeping hard, but like that was cool.
it was ruthless, is what it was, and I was
Mhm.
like, damn, son.
I just feel like sometimes you need to have that villain. Like in My Hero Academia, I feel like does a pretty good part. They were having a bit of a problem with Shigaraki because Shigaraki clearly has feelings. Like he's kind of like the Sasuke, right? You
Yeah,
need
and
that
they,
Madara figure where it's like he don't give a fuck. It's like he's
yeah,
gonna go.
he's
He's
just
just
there to kill.
like he is evil. He's gonna do evil things. Fuck what you're gonna do because I. It's like, oh, why did you do that? I fucking wanted to. What?
Fantastic. That's just how I feel about this chapter. It's still fantastic all the way through. Just everything that happened from, oh, she's like gonna shoot through him. It's gonna be crazy to no him saving it. He's like, nah, I know you did this because you're still a hero down on the inside. To boom.
Yeah, it was good all the way through, honestly. So, and like we see him using more quirks, and I kept thinking, I know we talked last time that he was gonna like, you know, kind of outdo himself, and eventually like, oh, he'll lose by, you know, I don't know, running his body out, and then it's like, nope, he's just
No,
fucking
he's still
zooming.
going.
Yeah, it's which was wild. So yeah,
It,
great
when
chapter
they,
again.
yeah, when they said he had enough energy left in one of his legs, I was just like,
Hmm.
oh, he's gonna blow out his leg.
Yeah,
But nah,
yes.
he's perfectly fine.
Yeah, I mean, Deku's just. I'm interested to see where we're going from this because we've talked about before that I love the parts where it's like, you know, you have the big action sequences, like is what we got
Hmm.
with the Lady Nagant fight, but then I really love the chapters that happen right after the fact where it's like they
Yeah, where it's
really
like
go into what's going on.
they go into detail. They give us the lore. We find
Hmm.
out like
Hmm.
who's still doing taking or whatever. I just want to know what happened to
Yeah.
All Might.
Like if I'm ever watching an anime, I don't ever stop right when like it's defeated. I'm going one episode further just
I
to
go
make
one episode, yeah.
just to get that little last recap thing on there.
But then that's the mistake. You get the one episode, you're like,
Yeah,
I gotta
yeah,
watch another one, and then you're
yeah.
like 3 in the morning. You're like, I gotta go to work at
Then it's
7.
done.
Fuck.
It's absolutely done. Okay, well, that was chapter 315. Of course, let us know what you thought in the comments down below. There was kind of a lot to see. Obviously, Chalky is still out there. We don't know what happened to All Might. He's still hanging out there. Hawks has arrived. Is Endeavor on the scene as well? That's another great question. These are all important things to know. And will Lady Nagant survive? Take your guesses in the comments down below. Of course, let us know. You can tweet at
Let's
us
gamble,
at the
baby.
Weebs Guild. That's the best place to keep up to date with us. And of course, we have a Discord as well where we can talk about all things My Hero Academia and all that stuff. So please join that one. And we will see you guys next Friday or Saturday, depending on when this video comes out, for another My Hero Academia chapter review. Thanks for watching, guys.